When I was 20 years old, one of my closest friends at the time FaceTimed me a few weeks before her birthday trip.
Hey, Cammy.
Hey, oh my god.
Don't forget to send me the money for your portion of the Airbnb.
Oh my god, let me do that right now.
I got it. Yay.
Yay! Oh my god, I'm so excited for your trip.
Me too. We're gonna have such a good time. We're gonna go to this restaurant and then go here and then go here and then party over here.
So long.
No, me too. That's why I was like, we have to go there.
It's gonna be so fun. Like, we're gonna just celebrate you and it's gonna be a great time.
Oh my god, Cammy, I love you so much.
I was so excited for the trip, and as far as my list of close friends at the time, she was probably number 3 or 4. And so the fact that in a few weeks' time we were gonna be taking a road trip down to LA together to celebrate her birthday, I was literally so excited, and she was too. We would literally FaceTime almost every single day, just regardless, but especially because her birthday trip was coming up, we were talking all the time about how excited we were, and we were planning our outfits, and we were planning where we're gonna go. And I used to live in LA for college, but that year, because of the pandemic, I had to move back home, so I was so excited to be back in the place that I was building my life in before the pandemic happened. So I was like, period, let me call her the night before the road trip so we can just like get all of the details straight, and I can go to sleep like hella excited about this trip that we're about to embark on. Hey, it's your birthday trip tomorrow. Are you excited?
Yeah, I was thinking that, but
Hello?
I feel like when... Oh, hey.
So I obviously can't perfectly transcribe the conversation. This happened like 4.5 years ago, but it seemed like everything that I was saying, she would have these delayed responses, or she just like kind of wasn't really answering me. So I was like, hey, are you busy or something right now? I can just call you later, or we can just see each other tomorrow morning when you pick me up for the road trip.
Wait, what? No, I want to FaceTime. I answered the phone, like...
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just hanging out with my boyfriend and packing.
Oh, hi, boyfriend.
What's up? What are you up to?
I've been packing too. I keep getting really indecisive about this one outfit combination. And...
Stop.
Wait, what?
What do you mean? What?
Oh, you just started laughing. I'm like confused. I didn't make a joke. So I'm like, hello? What's funny? Because clearly you didn't hang up the phone when I offered to call you later or just see you tomorrow. So clearly I'm part of the conversation. So why are you like laughing and like making these side comments after every single thing that I'm saying? It was weird. But then she was like,
What? No, we're just listening.
Oh. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I've been hella indecisive about that one outfit combination we've been talking about like every single day for the past 2 weeks. I literally just cannot figure out what I want to wear.
Oh, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Not really.
Oh.
No.
Well, anyway, I'll just send you a picture of it later.
Cool.
So then she's like, cool. Like, it was like patronizing, like I was some like 9-year-old trying to show her my toy. And so I already knew what was going on. I don't know the deal with her boyfriend. The only thing I knew about him is that he would cheat on her all the time, and he was a SoundCloud rapper. So I don't know if she was trying to impress him or what, but she switched up on me. She's trying to act cool in front of her loser boyfriend. So I pointed it out. I was like, you're acting weird right now. Are you okay?
What? Yeah, I'm fine. What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. We FaceTime almost every single day, and you've never acted like this towards me. You're kind of acting brand new right now.
Cammy, no, I'm not. I would never do something like that.
So, of course, she's not going to sit there and be like, yeah, I turned fake on you randomly in front of my boyfriend. So she gaslit me. And part of me took her at face value when she said that she wasn't acting different, just because I was like 20 years old and naive, and I wanted to believe that my friend was a good friend. And part of me was just like, okay, let me not press an issue before I have to spend a whole weekend with these people. Plus, it was the night before the trip, and I already paid my portion of the Airbnb, and it was non-refundable at that point. So I was like, I'm in this. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Anyway, have you seen the news though?
No, what happened?
The Supreme Court literally just said something about repealing gay marriage. Isn't that crazy?
What does it matter? Stop.
Did your boyfriend in the background just say, why does it matter?
Yeah, like, who gives a fuck about gay marriage? Stop, you're so crazy. Oh, Cammy, okay, I'm just gonna go. I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll pick you up at 7.
Okay, bye.
Hello?
Cammy, I'm here. I'm outside of your house.
Okay, I'll be right out. Hold on, just give me a
Okay,
second.
see you in a second.
Okay, I'm coming down now. Bye.
Hey! Hey! Oh my god, I'm excited. So this 6-hour road trip to LA began, and the energy was right back to normal.
We were laughing.
Oh, I can't
stupid
stand her.
bitch.
She
Like,
fucking pisses me off.
we were gossiping, you know, all the things that best friends do. But I couldn't get that weird interaction that happened the night before with her boyfriend on the phone out of my mind. Like, that was really weird.
Hey, yeah? So you know how it's currently Friday morning and we're set to return back from the birthday trip on Monday morning? Yes, but then the Airbnb expires on Sunday, so we were trying to figure out something to do for Sunday night. Yes, so my dad got us a hotel that we're gonna stay in on Sunday, and then we'll just check out of the hotel on Monday morning and go home. Oh, okay, cool. Oh my god, tell him I said thank you, for real. That's so nice of him. Yeah, no problem. I'm so excited to hang out in the hotel with you. Like, hotels are so much fun. Hotels are hella fun. I'm excited. Yes, I'm so excited too for the people watching this YouTube video to see how literally every single thing that we're talking about right now circles back by the end of the video, and they're gonna fucking scream. I screamed too when it happened to me, but they're just gonna have to wait and see. Speaking of something that's gonna come back up later on in the video, remember last night when you were talking about like how you were indecisive about an outfit? Yes, and you were pretending like you had no idea what I was talking about when we were in front of your boyfriend, even though we've been talking about this exact same thing on FaceTime for the past month. Yes. Okay, I've been like super indecisive about my outfits too. Like, I cannot figure it out. So tomorrow morning, do you want to wake up like a little bit earlier than the brunch reservation that we have, and we can like drive to Melrose together and like go pick out an outfit? Yes, we should totally do that, because I'm not really sure about my outfit either, so like I would like to go shopping. So as you know, I'm a singer. Yes, and you're so good. I'm so happy you finally got your ass in this studio to make music. Oh my god, thank you. You've been so supportive on this journey. No, of course, like that's my job as a friend, and also I'm just a genuine fan of your music. It's really good. You can sing really well. Thank you. So I'm thinking about releasing a song tomorrow. Oh my god, because tomorrow is your actual birthday. That would be everything, a birthday release. Yes, and on top of that, I'd be spending my birthday on a trip in LA with you and all of the other people who we haven't gone over yet, who are also coming on the birthday trip and staying at the Airbnb with us. That's gonna be everything. Oh my god, I can't wait. Can I hear it? Well, I brought a joint for us, so I was thinking we could maybe pull over and smoke it and then listen to it. Okay, yeah, because weed honestly makes all music sound better. Okay, let's go. So the thing about weed for me is that it makes me think about everything so deeply. I love this part. Yeah, this is so good. Oh my god, the high note. Oh my god, you nailed it. So good. All I could think about was how genuinely supportive I am of her and how her support of me wasn't reciprocated. Oh my god, I just hit 10,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm so happy. Wow, cool. Since she was one of my closest friends, I would always come to her whenever I would reach like a new accomplishment, and she always acted as if she couldn't be bothered to like give a fuck or like congratulate me. My Instagram post got 1,000 likes. Oh my god, people are really liking what I'm putting out. That's nice. So then in my mind, I'm like, well, could it be because she's not reaching any milestones in her music journey? But then when it came time for her to be talking about her music, it was always like, oh my god, I just recorded a new song and I am so excited about it. Can you listen to it and tell me what you think? Duh! Oh my god, I love your music. Send it to me right now. Okay. As an artist, I'm an illustrator, and also I consider my videos an art form as well. I would never want my close friend to be pursuing something creative and me not be right there by their side to support them along the way and cheer them on, because I understand how patronizing the average person is towards the pursuit of art as a career. Oh my god, Cami, I'm so happy that you are the one who fucking pushed me to actually start recording my music and putting it out there. No, yeah, I just believe in you and I want success for you, because that's what my idea of a friendship is. Every time I mention one of my milestones on social media, you act like you don't care, and it makes me
really sad because I'm so supportive of you. What? Oh my god, it's not personal. I'm just like not into social media and like that type of stuff, so I never know what to say when you bring it up.
And that was a very strange angle for her to try to play at, because first of all, she would buy her likes. And these were the days before you could hide your likes on Instagram so everyone could see. And like, it's not as if she was like an A-list celebrity who's buying millions of likes to maintain a standard for their job and career. Like, she would buy like 200 likes. Like, it was like the normal amount that like normal people usually get on Instagram anyway. So it was like, girl, what? Like, you would scroll through her likes and it would just be a bunch of bot accounts, like from like India and like the Middle East, like who like don't follow anyone. They definitely don't follow her. Like, it was like their pages, or it was just like, girl, like what? And then second of all, and I'm not dragging her for this one because I love me a good Facetune moment, but she was known for Facetuning herself like down. Like, she would look like an alien. For you to be buying likes and like Facetuning yourself, like, and then try to pretend like you don't care about like social media or anything, like, you're full of shit.
So that was the internal monologue that I was having while I was high and listening to her music and trying to be supportive, and also just thinking about that phone call that happened the night before. Oh my god, 2 of the other people who are coming to the Airbnb and are going to be spending my birthday. Damn, bitch, let me get my lines out. And are going to be spending my birthday with us are calling me on the phone right now. This would be a great time for you to go over some context about them.
Here enters the next 2 characters in my story. We haven't even got to the crazy part of this story at all.
So person number 1 used to be my best friend in high school.
If this girl who was my best friend in this story time was number 3 or 4, during high school, he was maybe like number 2 or 3. Like, we were locked in. But then once we graduated high school, like 2 weeks before we were about to go off to college, we started hooking up, and then our friendship became just like us hanging out every single break back home from college, and we would just hook up every single time. And then things got weird between us because I did catch feelings for him. He like didn't feel the same way, or maybe he just like didn't want a relationship. There was a lot of weird confusion around that, because he would like, people who were like his friends or like his like family members would come up to me and like talk about it with me, and it would be like weird, like, so do you like me or not? Anyway, we got distant and we kind of just like stopped talking. And so that year, it was maybe October at the time of this story time, and I hadn't spoken to him since New Year's of that year when we hooked up. And so it had been 10 months since I even saw or spoke to this person who I used to be best friends with, who I used to hook up with, and I was about to see him on this birthday trip. So the other character that I'm introducing right now, who he was driving down with, was this guy who I had never met before, but the best friend in this story and the guy who I used to hook up with in this story, they were best friends with him. I had been hearing about him for years. He was like the friend who they were like so proud of, like they thought he was so cool, they always spoke so highly of him, but I had never met him before. And so every time the 3 of us would hang out and they would mention his name, I was always like so confused, like, damn, like, why have I never crossed paths with this person? And every time I would mention that, they would kind of like look at each other and just be like, oh, I don't know. And so one time I'm talking with her and I'm like, damn, like, how is the birthday trip gonna be the first time I'm ever meeting this person? You guys have been talking about him for like maybe 5 or 6 years. Like, I don't get that. And then she proceeds to tell me like, oh yeah, like, just like didn't think you guys would like really mesh. Like, I think it would just like be best to keep you guys separate.
So I'm sitting there as you're on the phone with them, and I'm starting to get really bad anxiety because I have no idea what to expect from the weekend. Yes, especially because of how I switched up on you weirdly in front of my boyfriend when we were on the phone last night. It was kind of just giving like, damn, am I gonna have any allies? Like, exactly, like I was just like, I hope you're not gonna be on some fake shit or something. So I was really getting anxious. So then I handed you the phone because they wanted to talk to you. Here. Oh my god. Hey!
For the first few back and forths, the conversation was actually flowing pretty nicely.
How are you? Oh my god, it's been so long since we talked.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good! Are you excited for the trip? Oh my god, we're going to LA.
Yes, we're gonna have so much fun.
And that's when the awkwardness kicked in.
It's that feeling when you reconnect with your old best friend and you realize you just don't have anything to say to each other.
Yeah, so before it got any worse, I was just like, oh my god, okay, well, I'll see you when we get to the Airbnb.
Okay, see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Here you go. So we arrived at the Airbnb first before everyone.
Oh my god, this house is so nice.
I know, oh my god. Okay, seriously, don't forget to set your alarm for like 7 a.m. tomorrow because we have to go to Melrose before our brunch reservation, which is at like 10 a.m. So we're gonna get up super early and just go really quickly. Okay, for sure. I'm just gonna set my alarm right now so I don't forget. Okay, let's set our bags down inside of our rooms and then we have to go to the grocery store. Oh, we're gonna go to the grocery store to buy like alcohol and like just little snacks and stuff for the Airbnb. Yeah, so don't get comfortable. We're just gonna drop our stuff down and then we're gonna go right back out. Who is it? It's my boyfriend. He just got here. Oh my god, this is the part in the story where I start acting weird towards you again. Wait, what? Nothing. Go find your room and put your stuff down. I'm gonna go let him in. La 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 la. So we're on the way to the grocery store. It's me in the back seat of the car, her boyfriend driving the car, and her sitting in the passenger seat. This is when I start acting weird towards him again. They would be like talking amongst themselves in the front seat of the car, and I'm just trying to break the ice and like join in on the conversation, but everything that I would say, she would look back at me and be like, yeah. So anyway, so what kind of alcohol are you guys feeling for the weekend? Like, are we on like a tequila vibe or like a vodka? I'm not sure. So anyway, when I was like walking, the Airbnb was so nice. It looked way better than it did in the pictures. I was like surprised, honestly. Really? So then when... Do you know what time the other people are gonna get down to the Airbnb? What if they get there and we're like not there yet and they can't get in? I don't remember. Or they can just... So back to what I was saying, like 90. So I'm sitting in the back and I'm like, damn, like she is really dubbing me right now. She's acting like she doesn't even know me. And I've seen this film before. I was a popular high schooler back in my day, as was she. And there's this phenomenon where when you're at a party, when you're talking to someone who's like deemed cool or popular, when someone who's less popular or seen as less cool comes up to you, you dub them. You pretend like you have no idea who that bitch is. It happens to everyone who's in that world. Everyone who's been in that world and that environment knows what I'm talking about. I've had it done to me a million times. It's literally happening right now as we speak. And I understand why it happens in high school. Like, you just want to fit in and be seen as cool. And, you know, if your homophobic boyfriend might not like your gay friend and you're fiending for male validation, you're a pick-me-ass bitch, you're gonna be standoffish towards your gay friend to try to impress your boyfriend. I completely understand and empathize because as many times as I've had it done to me, I've also done it to other people. Like a million times. Like, that's why I was able to spot it so quickly way at the beginning of the video, because at one point in my life, I was a psychotic fake bitch too. Like, it takes one to know one. I was playing the game too, so I get it and I'm not like pressed about it. But at the same time, it was like we were 20 years old. We graduated high school and we were 17 years old. So I'm sitting there confused. I'm like, hold on. We're still on this mentality? This childish teenager mentality? You haven't grown up into a real bitch yet? Because I dropped that as soon as I left high school. That does not benefit you in the real world. So I turned towards my subconscious mind, the angel on my shoulder, and I said, look, I'm going to mention this to her one more time, and she has one more chance to start acting right towards me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start doing her like she's doing me, and she's not gonna like it. This isn't gonna go well. What do you mean it's not gonna go well? She started it first. I get that, and she is a stupid bitch for this, but I'm just telling you, fighting fire with fire will always get you burned. I don't give a fuck. What am I supposed to just sit around and be like, while while she acts like she doesn't even want me here. Everything that I'm saying, she's like rolling her eyes or like having a delayed response. And it's only in front of the boyfriend. She was not acting like this on the road trip, and it's really hurting my feelings. I am on your side, that's why I'm telling you this. But at the point of this story, you were 20 years old, you were growing, you were learning, and you're just gonna have to figure this one out. The whole rest of this video is going to be a huge life lesson for you that you're going to carry with you for years to come. We get to the grocery store and they're walking miles ahead of me. I'm like sprinting to catch up to them. I'm like the loser friend who's being left out, which is not my vibe. I don't give loser left out friends, so I'm really starting to get irritated at this point. So I give it one more go. Hey. Hi. Did we decide what kind of alcohol we're gonna get? I'm kind of like feeling tequila. Like, I haven't really been able to drink vodka since high school, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Me and my boyfriend were thinking about looking through the alcohol aisle. How about you go and like find some snacks that you want? And we'll like find each other when we're about to go back to the Airbnb. I'm like, okay, like, aren't we here together? Like, why aren't we like doing activities together? Okay, are you good? For real? Like, yeah, why? Because I'm about to start giving you that same energy back, and I just don't want you to complain by the end of the trip that I ruined your birthday when I start acting like how you're acting towards me. Spoiler alert. But I was gonna say that regardless of if you gave me the same energy or not. So she like walks away, and I'm just standing there feeling incredibly sad because I was like, oh my god, this is supposed to be one of my closest friends. Like, we knew everything about each other's lives. We would literally talk to each other every single day. So this new person that's appearing only in front of her boyfriend is like, it's throwing me completely off. Not to mention this back and forth happening where it's like we're on the phone and she's acting like she doesn't fuck with me, and then we're on the road trip and then we're best friends again, and then we're in front of her boyfriend again at the grocery store and she's like trying to walk away from me and like not hang out with me. I'm like, so which one is it? Like, do you want me here or not? We got back to the Airbnb and I completely shut down. It seemed like everything I was saying was either annoying her or she just didn't want to be bothered with me, so I stopped talking. And that's when the two other people we were on FaceTime with on the road trip showed up. And they were on 10. They were ready to party. So then I get caught in this unfortunate situation, which will come back up later. I know I keep saying that, but just trust me. Where I'm upset at my friend for doing all this switching up back and forth action, so I'm being quiet, but then these two other characters who weren't there for any of that don't know that, and they're not my friends, so it's not like I'm ever gonna sit there and confide in them about what's really going on. And so they're getting there and they're lit and they're thinking it's like time for a party, and I'm like not on that vibe, so they interpret it as me being rude or standoffish, when in reality I'm just having an anxiety attack, honestly. On top of that, I'm thinking now about the fact that this person is someone that they kept away from me for years. She told me that we probably wouldn't get along, so that's why they never invited us to hang out together. This person used to be my best friend and we used to hook up, so I'm like also thinking about that in my mind too. It was just a lot going on for me in that moment. Cammy. On top of all of that, she was being my bestie again, so I was like, okay. Me being quiet was starting to get noticeable though, so I had to devise a plan to get over it, honestly. So I went on my phone because in my mind, it was what was gonna help me escape the way that I was feeling. But from their point of view, their perception of me was probably like, why is he on his phone right now instead of taking shots with us? I don't know. He never acts like this. This is so weird. Did something happen or like what? Like what's the deal? This is not the Cammy I remember. Yeah, I've been fake this entire time and switching up on him back and forth, but of course I never shared that with anyone and I just let Cammy look like he was being weird for no reason. Yeah, that makes complete sense. I mean, think about it. What are you supposed to say? I'm like nervous about what my boyfriend's gonna think of you, so I act rude and standoffish towards you in front of him? Like, no one's ever gonna do that. It takes an incredibly strong person to drop the mask and have a genuine conversation about my own behavior like that with someone. Plus, there's the added factor of like, what if you don't even realize realize that that's how you're Cammy, you're starting to gaslight yourself right now. These bitches know exactly what they're doing. Remember this story time and this story time and this story time? Something happened to validate your intuition in every single one of those story times, so don't question yourself about this time. You'll get your justice in the end. I just have to keep reminding myself of that. Let's get back in character though. Let's play Fantasyland and pretend like I really didn't realize that was how I was acting towards him. Okay, fun. His feelings would still be valid. Yeah, exactly, because then that raises the conversation of like someone's intentions versus how something comes off. And this is a super extreme analogy, but it still kind of makes sense. Like, you know, manslaughter is accidental murder, but it's still murder at the end of the day. Exactly. Like, the scary part about it is she might not even realize that she's a pick-me, but the effects of her pick-me behavior still hurt Cammy. And that's why he's being quiet right now. But a conversation of that depth never happened between them. They just thought I was being rude. So I'm scrolling on TikTok, and one of my mutuals named Quen Blackwell posted on her friends only and said, mutuals, add me on Snapchat. I want to get to know people and just like make some friends off here. So I commented and I was like, bitch, add me on Snapchat right now. My username is blah 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 blah. Cammy, yeah? Come take shots with us and dance. Okay. So I'm dancing with these stupid bitches when suddenly... What happened? Quen Blackwell just added me on Snapchat. Cool. Oh my god, she just sent me a Snapchat. Oh my god, she said, I love your videos and you're so creative. Look, has anyone ever said that about your music? Just my cheating boyfriend who I switch up on you in front of. Oh. Wait, I'm gonna reply to her Snapchat. Oh, it was only a selfie of me. Were you trying to get in it? Yeah. I already sent it, sorry. She asked me what I'm up to tonight. I think I'm just gonna be like, nothing. I'm pretty bored right now, right? And that was the extent of me giving her that same energy. Because from my perspective, I'm like, okay, if you're gonna switch up on me in front of the boyfriend, then I'm gonna pull something fiercer out and switch up on you in front of that person. But honestly, it really wasn't even that serious. Like, and me and Quen, like, I don't know that girl. Like, she's just a random girl. Like, also, she ended up unadding me after that anyway. Like, because then I went back to my Snapchat and I was looking and it said subscribed. I said, hold on, did she unadd me? Quenlin Blackwell was like, he's boring. Unadd. Oh my god, so you're Snapchatting Quen right now? Yeah. She unadded me. And so the best friend who I was trying to do all that to get under her skin, she acted like she didn't even care. Like, honestly, during that whole thing, she just like blinked at me and then turned away and started taking shots. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you don't give a fuck, and I feel like I gave you that same energy, so we're both happy, period. After that, we started to have a really good time. We were taking shots, we were dancing with each other, we were chatting, catching up. I can't believe this is our first time meeting. You're so much fun. What the fuck? I know, what the hell? Why would you like... I don't know. I'm gonna take another shot. I'll go with you. Grab me a chaser. The vibes were great. We were having literally an amazing time. How it was at this point was how it was supposed to be the entire time. So how old are you? Well, at the point of this story, I was 20 years old. Oh, nice. How about you? I'm 23. Cool. Okay, should we take it? Cheers. Eventually, the birthday girl came out in this cute black dress and we were all cheering for her. And we all took so many pictures together, and on the birthday girl's grid post on her Instagram, she posted immediately. She did the first picture solo, as it should be because it's her own birthday. The second picture was a picture of me and her. I said, oh, I'm really bestie now. In my mind, for my own birthday post, like the second picture is like, oh, like this is someone who I really love and who was part of my birthday, period. Especially because on the main feed, the second picture is actually the one that shows up first, if you know. And I feel like it's a glitch. I kind of hate that it does that, but regardless, on her timeline for the people who, for her people, I was the first face they saw. Then bots she purchased, they were double tapping on a picture of me and her front and center. So I was like, oh wow, okay. Period. Like, honestly, slate clean. Like, I kind of just forgot about everything that happened earlier in the video, because I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I think that we're good now. I feel fine with the whole Quen thing. I feel like I got my lick back, and like clearly she's like kind of over whatever she was like thinking about that was making her act weird towards me, because she's like posting on her Instagram. So I'm like, okay, we're bestie. Period. After a few hours of drinking and partying, the birthday girl stops us and goes like, okay, you guys, I'm going to go and take a bubble bath with my boyfriend in the bathroom. You guys have an amazing time. I was sitting there like, you're gonna leave your own birthday party to take a bubble bath with your boyfriend? Like, you're weird. Like, who does that? That's weird. But if you have fun, like, I guess. Yeah, I just want to relax with my man. Like, I'm gonna go take a bubble bath. But just make sure one thing for me, like, you all have to promise. Okay. Yeah, what's up? I just need you guys not to get too drunk and like pass out or fall asleep or something before midnight. Midnight is really important to me. Oh, because midnight is your actual birthday. Exactly, and I want to pop this bottle of champagne and just have like a part 2 of this celebration at midnight when it's my actual birthday. It's really important to me. Okay, we're not gonna get too drunk, it's fine. So she walks away to the bathroom to go take a bath, and then one of the other people over there is like, oh my god, my friend is here. Oh, who's your friend? My friend from college. She's like random and you don't need to give backstory on her in the story time, but I figured since the birthday girl left her own party to do a bubble bath with her boyfriend, bitch, I'm just gonna invite other people here, so I'm gonna go let her in. So I'm like, oh, let me invite people. So I invited my friend, but she wasn't gonna show up for another couple hours. In the meantime, we were partying with this random friend. Do you want some? No, I don't do drugs. It's not drugs, it's vitamins. Oh, well, in that case. Just kidding. I would never participate in something like that. Good job. Thanks. So are we gonna leave in the underage drinking, or? Girl. When I tell you that we were just having a great time for just hours and hours and hours and hours up in that Airbnb. Looking back on it, it was just so weird how she just left in the middle of her party to go take a bubble bath. Like, that is so crazy to me. But we made the most of our time. It was honestly the most fun part of the weekend. Oh my god, no. What happened? We finished the last bottle and we're completely out of alcohol. No. Okay. Let me get DoorDash. Do fakes work on DoorDash? We drank probably the whole weekend's worth of alcohol that we bought at the grocery store earlier in the video in that one night. Like, it was probably like 5 or 6 bottles. So I was like, I can't think of any other way that we're gonna get more alcohol other than DoorDash. There was this delivery app called Ease. It's like a weed delivery app, and we would try to use our fakes on that, and we all got banned from it. So they were like, no on using our fakes on DoorDash, because like, bitch, don't get banned off DoorDash. I don't think so. Honestly, we're just gonna drive there. Yeah, we'll just drive. What kind of alcohol do you guys want? They said we'll just drive together. We're like really blackout drunk right now. Like, that's crazy. Also, this was the same person who one time crashed my mom's car in the Togo's parking lot. So I was like, you can't even drive as it is, like, sober. Like, so what makes you think that you're gonna drive drunk? Like, that's... You are not driving right now. Y'all are drunk as fuck, among other things. So then the other guy jumps in and he's like, you are not driving. I'm driving. Let me drive. And remember earlier in that little tidbit, he's older than all of us at this point. He's 23 years old. So he thought he was about to like little brother us or something, and he thought somebody was about to listen to him. Oh no, I'm definitely driving. It's my car. I'm driving. Okay, well, I feel like if you're insisting on driving, we should all just like go with you so we can make sure that you like do the right things, like make the right turns. No, I'm going with my friend. It's just gonna be me and you. Okay. Then I'm like, damn, okay, like, what is this, like, excluding vibes? See how they like to do? Like, these people are weird. They're like, and I guess the other guy felt that too, and he got pressed, like, out loud, though, and he was like, what the fuck? No, you're not driving. You need to let me drive. I'm the only one here who's over 21. I'm not letting you, of all people, drive my car. He said, of all people. You're making it personal now. Ooh. no. So I'm like watching, I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? You literally just flipped your brother's car last week drunk driving. You don't even have a license. I was like, first of all, this is what I be talking about in my story times. Like, the people who I used to be friends with, who I used to associate with, they're not good people at all. Why would you throw that in his face in front of all of us? But why would you think that he was gonna let you drive his car if you just flipped your brother's car last week and got your license taken away because you were under the influence and got a DUI? Why would... Hold on. No, that's crazy. I don't care. I'm the only one here who's not drunk. I can drive. No, you're drunk. You're drunk. And I'm going to go drive. He's literally screaming at this point and getting aggressive in his face. He's like, I'm driving. And the guy whose car it was like, well, it's my car. Like, you're not driving. Mind you, none of us should be driving. So anyway, he ends up leaving with his friend. And that leaves only me and the guy who I was telling you guys that all my other friends kept away from me because they said they didn't think we'd be getting along. So we're sitting outside in the backyard of the Airbnb on this bench, and I'm just like, damn, I can't believe he really left. Like, that's crazy. I know, he shouldn't be driving. He's way too drunk. He should have let me drive. And I'm like, wait, you need to let that go. Like, he said that you flipped your car over last week and you got your license taken away because you got a DUI. So you shouldn't have been driving either. And he's getting mad at me now. I'm like, okay, you're weird. And he's like stuck on it. He's like harping on it. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, that is the wrong thing to be harping on. But what I really think the tea was that he was just embarrassed about it being thrown in his face in front of everyone, which is completely valid, but that's not what he was saying. He's just harping on the fact that they left him and he didn't get to drive and he didn't get to be the, like, it was just like, let it go. And so I'm taking this opportunity now that we have a one-on-one chance to talk to each other to analyze him, because I want to see what about him or me that made them think that we wouldn't get along. And I'm kind of starting to get it. Like, he's giving very childish. He gave very much ego-driven and immature. Like, you crashed your brother's car because you got a DUI, and like, I shouldn't know that information about you, but now that I do know it, it's relevant because you're like really stuck on the fact that he didn't let you drive. Like, why would he let you drive? But what I will say in your defense is that it is weird as fuck that they just like left just those two. Like, why couldn't we all have gone? And he's like so happy that I'm like on his side about something. He's like, yeah. And in my mind, I'm just thinking like, yeah, like what everyone, these people are like on some weird shit. And like, he's like trying to give like mean girl, like, yeah, like he's trying to say like, yeah, like me and my friend are gonna go and like you two just stay here and wait for us. Like, we're gonna have fun, like just us. And to me, that was shocking because you two came together and you two are supposed to be locked in bestie. So I was like, oh wow, he's leaving his bestie. And it was a similar situation to what you were going through with the birthday friend who's currently in the bathroom with her boyfriend, like another weirdo just like leaving the party. So we started to kind of bond. We were sitting outside on the bench just chatting and getting to know each other when suddenly he slides his hand up my leg. So his hand is on my dick and he's like, are you talking to anyone right now? And I was just like, ugh. And I took his hand off and I like dropped it back in his lap. That whole performance earlier with the yelling about not being able to drive and all that DUI thing, it was like really childish, and it makes someone really unattractive. Because if I could show you guys a picture of what he looked like, but someone's personality can instantly bring them from like a 9 to a 2. So it's kind of awkward now after that. And so I kind of had this like snap back to reality moment, and I realized like, wait, we've been sitting alone, just us two, for the past like 2 hours at this point, and no one has come back home. Like, isn't the liquor store just across the street? Like, where is everyone? Where are they? Oh, someone's calling me. Oh my god, it's him. Wait, put it on speaker.
You guys.
Hey, yeah. Oh my god, is he crying?
I really need someone to come get me.
What the fuck? What's wrong? Are you okay?
We got pulled over by the cops. I'm at the police station. Please come get me.
So I'm like trying not to laugh, no shade. Like, these aren't my friends, so I'm not like emotionally invested in whatever happened to them. But I'm just like, that is so funny that he just threw in his face that he got a DUI last week only to get pulled over and get a DUI himself. See what I'm saying? Like, this is what I've said in multiple other story times, like the messiness, the high school mentality, like thinking you're too popular, too cool to like respect people, like it bites you in the ass, and you really need to grow out of it after high school. Otherwise, like, it's just not gonna fly in the real world, like at all. Like, it's really not cute.
So we're scrambling, trying to figure out how to pick him up from the police station when suddenly
my friend who I invited over earlier finally shows up. It was like everything literally happened like boom, 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 boom. You're finally here. Oh my god.
Where is everyone?
Why is it like empty in here? Okay, so funny story.
At the same time, the birthday girl finally got out of the bathtub with her boyfriend after hours.
Where is everyone? Why is it so quiet in here? So we explained to my friend who just got there, who was sober, remember that, about all of what just happened. And then we explained to the birthday girl also all of what happened. What the deal was my friend who just got there was the only person who was sober. So she was the only person qualified to drive us to the police station to pick him up. With that being said, she doesn't know these people. So she said that I had to go with her. She said, please come with me so I'm not like alone in this car with these people who I don't know. I'm like, okay. This guy insisted on going too because that was his best friend who got arrested. So it made sense. So we all basically had to leave the birthday girl's party to go pick up this idiot in jail because he ditched the party himself and then got arrested for drunk driving. And the part that was so sad about it was that it was nearing midnight when she got out of the bathroom finally after hours and hours. And we told her like, he already called us, and so we'll just go to the police station really quick. We'll come back and it'll be midnight or just a little bit after midnight, and then we can celebrate your birthday and it'll be like none of this ever happened. So we're driving in the car and I'm in the passenger seat, my friend is driving, and the guy is in the back seat. He's getting so worked up. I knew he shouldn't have driven. I knew he shouldn't be driving. I knew he should have told me. He should have let me drive. Like just in the back, just like, girl, shut the fuck up. He should have let me drive. He should have let me drive. He should have let me drive. And in my mind, I'm just like, drop that part, because that part isn't the part. Like, that's not the part. It's the part is more the fact that he threw it in your face that you were drunk driving and then he got in trouble for drunk driving. That's the part that you should be mad at, not the part that he didn't let you drive. You shouldn't have been driving. So we're kind of just like updating the girl who's driving on everything that happened while also talking about it. Like, we're just like going over the crazy ass shit that just happened. When suddenly... Is that the police? I think they're pulling us over. Oh, this must be a checkpoint. Oh my god. Okay, shut up. I'm pulling over. Hi, officer. Hi, so this is a checkpoint where we pull everyone who drives past us over to make sure that no one's drunk driving. No, we don't drink. Yeah, no, we're not drunk. Okay, are you sure? Yes. We would never do that. That's so lame. All right, well, you guys have a good night. Thank you, officer. So we were like, oh, that must be the same checkpoint that they got pulled over at, but that was like so easy to just like say that we're not drunk and just drive away. Even though the person who was driving our car really wasn't drunk at all, she was completely sober, but still he didn't give us any pushback or anything. So I'm like, damn, like, were they that belligerent? So we're like, okay, let's see what this gives when we get to this police station, because I want to hear this story. Instead of boring you through the details of what ended up happening in between, I'm just going to tell you really quickly. So basically we got to the police station, we ended up calling him to tell him we're outside. His phone was dead. We sat there and waited for him to maybe eventually come out of the police station for like an hour, and then we were like, oh my god, it's like 1 a.m. at this point. Midnight is long gone. So then he ends up coming out to the car and telling us, like, there was some process. Like, if you got arrested, it's not like they're just gonna let you go easy willy-nilly like we thought it was gonna be. So I guess his car got towed and he had his belongings that he had to get, and he had to fill out some paperwork. So he was like, I'm gonna be in here for like a couple hours, so how about you guys just go back? So we went back to the Airbnb, we went to our friend, and she's so sad because she's just there alone. It's not funny, but it's just like, oh my god, we're catching her up on all the details. So we popped the bottle of champagne and we begin the celebration. We're like, okay,
okay, we'll just go back out, I guess, whenever he's out of the police station. Literally right after we popped the bottle of champagne, he was ready to be picked up. So we were like, fuck, we have to leave again. She was like, can one of you guys stay, please? Like, I don't want to be like alone. Like, she was with her boyfriend, which like she left us earlier to go take a bath with her boyfriend. So it's like, girl, like go take another bath with him or something if you wanted to leave us first time. Now all of a sudden you want to hang out with us. But she was like, can one of you stay, please? But then my friend who was driving was like, no, like please don't leave me alone with him. Cause that guy, he's like obnoxious. Like he was not really like a vibe. So I was like, well, I'm gonna go with her because like she's driving and this is the only way that she's gonna feel comfortable driving. And then the obnoxious guy is like, well, that's my friend who's in jail, so I'm going. And so then we all leave her party again. We go to the jail, we pick him up, and then this is what happens after that.
So he walks into the car and he's looking rough, he's crying, he's shaking. It's like, ooh, what did they do to you up in there?
And then me and my friend who are in the driver's seat are just trying to be empathetic towards him, and we're like, oh my gosh, you're crying. I feel so bad. Are you good? Yeah, like what? I can't believe this happened to you. Can you tell us exactly what happened? I want the tea. But I'm still trying to be like, you know, tell us. Like crying, lip quivering. I'm not like making fun of him or judging him, because bitch, I'd be crying too.
Like I'd be crying. Like it's not even, but like
It was at the end of the day, like you did throw in the other person's face about getting the DUI and then you got a DUI. It's just kind of like the irony of the situation. But like, so what happened? So the cop pulled us over. So they asked us if we had been drinking, and I just thought like,
oh wow, and you were honest.
it would be crazy to lie. So I just said we only had like one glass of wine, and then they pulled us out of the car.
Wait,
You
so
admitted to the cop that you've been drinking? Well, I thought that saying that I only had one glass of wine would make it not that bad, but then they pulled us out of the car and did the breathalyzer test, and then they eventually figured out like it's been quite a lot more than one glass. But so yeah, so we're sitting here just consoling him, me and my friend in the passenger seat, and the guy, his friend, in the back seat is just sitting there watching it quietly. So we're consoling, and then suddenly, okay, so I have a bone to pick with you. You're gonna do this right now? I don't give a fuck. You tried to play in my face, you tried to throw shit in my face, you tried to leave without me, and look what happened to you. Now look at you, you're crying in the police station. So we're sitting there like, oh my god. Mind you, it's 2:30 a.m. and we're sitting in the parking lot of the police station, and we're the only car that's there. And I pointed that out because that was the first thing that came to my mind. We were in my friend's BMW, and imagine just the police looking out the window like, damn, he went out to the car that's picking him up, and they fighting just right there. Like, they're gonna have to issue arrests. Yeah, so we're like, okay, wait guys, we should calm it down. And they're just yelling back and forth in the backseat of the car.
You left me, you left me, you played in my face, you left me, fuck you.
I can't handle this, I'm sorry.
He leaves the car.
Wait, where are you going? This is LA and it's 2 a.m. You can't just be wandering the streets. Get back in the car. I can't, I'm sorry, I can't. I just need fresh air. The other guy gets out of the car and follows Bitch, him. I'm not done with you. Arguing back and forth. Okay, wait, no, you can't. Wait. Just let them get it out. It'll probably be better for them. You just want to see them fight. So, bang! A punch was thrown and they just get to scrapping and pushing, and that was when I got out of the car and started breaking it up. Cause like, okay, we're not fighting fist fight outside of the police station. This is getting ghetto. I just have this distinct memory of the guy who just got arrested. He had this plastic bag with like, it was like coins and like keys and stuff. I don't know, it was like all his belongings, but I just remember coins. And I remember as they were fighting, it fell. There was coins just spilled all over the ground. It was just too much, bitch. It was too much. But then remember the girl that he was with, that he ditched us for? She was locked up. Like, I don't know what I think they separated them. There was like 2 different buildings and they like separated them so they couldn't like get their stories straight or something. It was so weird, but she wasn't with us. And then when we ended up getting back to the Airbnb, we were like, it was at least like 4 a.m. at that point, and we were standing there talking about the whole situation, and then she just randomly comes in the door crying, grabs her belongings, leaves, and I never saw her again ever in my life. 3 hours later, at 7 a.m., I'm awoken to my alarm and this new Summer Walker song blasting through the Airbnb that I guess had just come out a couple weeks earlier, but I had never heard it before. So I walk into the kitchen living room area of the Airbnb and I see the friend, he's cleaning up the kitchen, and I'm like, good morning, bitch. Oh my god, last night was so crazy. Maybe he just didn't hear me. Is this new Summer Walker? I've never heard this song before. So I was like, whoa, what was that attitude about? I don't know him and like we're not friends, so I just didn't read into it too much. I just like moved on and looked for my friend because we were supposed to be going to Melrose that morning. So the birthday girl is already awake and I walk up to her. Happy birthday! Thank you, thank you! Oh my god, how does it feel to finally be 21, babe? It feels so good. I'm so excited to go to brunch with everyone today and just hang out with everyone for my day. Oh my god, yeah, okay, so let me just like throw on something really quick and then we can just go to Melrose. Oh, no, it's okay, you don't have to, I'm just gonna go with him. We're just gonna go. But I thought we were supposed to go to Melrose. I know, but we just want it to be really quick and you're not ready yet, even though you literally woke up at the time that I told you to set the alarm for, but we're pulling some snake shit on you, so I'm just saying random shit so that I can go without you. Okay. So I got really sad again and I was like, back to these games. And the whole rest of that day was so awkward. Like everyone was just in a really bad mood. And I had this sense that everyone was mad at me for some reason. After brunch, I walked up to the birthday girl and I was like, we had just finished brunch and I remember we were about to cross the street to go back to the boyfriend's car. She was standing next to her boyfriend and I go up to her and I'm like, wait. Are you releasing your song today? Like, where's your song? And then she just looks at me and then turns away and crosses the street without answering me. And I was like, wait, bitch, don't ever ignore me. I'm trying to support you. Like, no one else is asking you about your song. And she's like, no, it's not coming out today. And I'm like, okay, is there a problem? Like, what's this attitude? And she's like, you're reading way too much into things right now. Don't try to start mess on my birthday. And then she just walks away again. And I'm like, okay. And that whole interaction happened in front of her boyfriend, so I was just like, okay, she's doing that again. And everyone else had an attitude that day too, but I just figured it was because we were all hungover. And like one person got a DUI at 20 years old, so he was probably worried about that. And the other person, like, I don't know, they got in a fight in the parking lot. Like, so I was just like, okay, maybe I really am reading too into things and everyone's just like dealing with their own problems. But I was like, I swear, like it feels pointed at me. There was other things that I just can't go over in the video that happened that made me feel like that. The whole rest of that day was just like kind of awkward. Like none of us were really vibing with each other. And then Sunday happened and that was the last day that we were all supposed to be together, except for me and the birthday girl, because we were supposed to stay in the hotel and then we were gonna drive back on Monday. So the activity for the day was this rooftop type cabana thing, like this rooftop pool party thing, and like no one was there. We were the only people at the rooftop and it was really awkward and it was just burnt. Like everyone had an attitude, everyone was kind of just being, it just felt like a hater vibe. Like I didn't feel loved and appreciated in that space. It just felt like this burnt out, expired high school bitches who haven't grown up ass type vibe. And so I was like, I'm gonna go hang out with my influencer friends. So I went out to lunch with my friend Leo. I don't know if you guys remember him. The ones who were there remember him. We went out to lunch and it was cute and we went on like a cute little hike. Okay, so then I go out to dinner with my sister and my sister drops me off at the hotel that me and the birthday girl are supposed to be staying at. The reason that I went out to dinner with my sister and went out to lunch with my friend Leo was because that was the last night that we were going to be in LA and we had already completed all the birthday stuff already. So I just figured that like, let me just take this one opportunity to see my family and also just see one of my other friends who lives here before we have to go back, and I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be in LA is. So my sister drops me back off at the hotel that me and the birthday girl are supposed to be staying at, and when I get up to the hotel room, her and her boyfriend are there and I'm like, oh, here comes some more shenanigans. And boy, were there shenanigans. So she comes up to me and she goes like, hey, I have a question. Yeah, what's up? Okay, so I have a music video that I really want to film, but the photographer photographer is not available until Tuesday. So would it be okay if we extended our trip till Wednesday? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm in college right now, like, and I have like homework and stuff, and I didn't account for staying on the trip for 2.5 extra days, so I don't know. And she's like, yeah, well, I just really want to, so like we're staying. And I was like, okay. And like she was my ride home, like, so it was very clear that I didn't have a choice. So I was like, okay, well, have fun and good luck on your music video, I'm rooting for you. And she's like, okay, cool, so like, are you staying here tonight? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what we agreed on, and I guess like since you extended the trip, we're staying till Wednesday, right? And she goes like, well, me and my boyfriend are staying here, so I don't really know, like, is it possible for you to like text your sister or something? And I'm like trying to explain to her like, wait, me and my sister aren't close like that. Like I can't just like hop in and be like, oh, I'm staying with you. Like she's very like type A, like she's like not a vibe like that. So like I can't like just do that. And like you have to like plan for things like that too. But I caught the point, and I'm not gonna like stay somewhere I'm not welcome. So I ended up staying with my sister for one night, and then for the other 2 nights I stayed with one of my other friends. And it was just so fucked up, like, and I had no idea why. And when I tried to walk up to her and ask her on the Saturday if she was mad at me or like what was going on, she told me I was reading too much into things. So I was just left like so confused for the entire rest of the trip. And so Wednesday morning, she comes to my friend's apartment and she picks me up outside, and we sit down, and for this 6-hour road trip, we talked about what happened on that whole birthday trip and why everything went the way that it did. We're on the road trip back home, and we come to a consensus that the vibes on the trip were just horrible. Like, the trip did not go well. And yeah, I just walked up to you numerous times throughout the trip, and I just kept asking you, are you okay? Is everything fine? Like, it seems like you're mad at me, you're acting super different. And you kept saying nothing was wrong, so I'm just like left confused about what the fuck the problem was then. From my perspective, there definitely were weird vibes, and I agree the trip just did not go well. And I don't want to say like directly that like you were why, but like you're saying that I'm why? How do you figure? Me. I'm why the trip went. Oh my god, I'm trying not to get triggered. And she goes like, well, everyone else like agreed too, because I was starting to notice that everyone had weird vibes on Saturday. And so when me and the guy went to Melrose together, he was just like ranting about you in the car the entire time. Like he was saying that you had such a fucked up attitude on Friday, that you were just so quiet and it was ruining the vibes. And I was like, that's interesting. So then when we were out at brunch on Saturday, I walked up to this one, and because he was being quiet, and he kind of said like a similar thing. Like I walked up to him and I was like, why are you being so quiet? And he was like, why are you asking me why I'm being quiet? Go ask Cameron, he was being quiet too. And so like while I was reflecting over these past couple of days about why the birthday trip went so poorly, all of the signs were just pointing to you, because like everyone was saying your name in various ways, and so it just seemed like you were the common denominator. So then I'm like, oh wow, so me being quiet for a brief moment of literally like an hour on Friday is why everyone else's vibe got ruined. So then I went down the list of everything that happened, because I was like, there's no way you're about to tell me that I'm the reason your birthday trip went poorly. So the night before, we're on FaceTime, and you're acting weird towards me. I asked you if everything is okay. You told me, yeah, everything's fine. What are you talking about? Your boyfriend makes a really weird gay comment about gay marriage, saying that it doesn't matter. Just off of that, I almost skipped the whole birthday trip in general, because you were laughing about it instead of checking him. But since I was in college at the time and I was only 20 years old, like I can't just like throw away $200 like on an Airbnb and just not go on the trip. So I decided to go on the trip. The road trip was fine. You planned all of these things with me during the road trip, like going to Melrose together. You told me about the hotel situation. We were supposed to have such a fun time. So then you start switching up on me again in front of your boyfriend in the grocery store. And I asked you again, like, is everything okay? And you said, yeah, everything is fine. So I'm like getting frustrated because you're acting weird towards me in front of someone and you're not giving me a reason why. And so it's making me feel incredibly anxious. Like, why are you switching up on me? Like, this is not my friend. I get quiet for literally the span of maybe an hour. I do the Quen thing just to get on your nerves, to show you what it feels like to get switched up on, and boom, after that I completely let it go. And the reason that I can safely say that everyone interpreted me as letting it go as well is because you posted a picture of us partying. So if I was really being quiet and ruining the vibes and had a fucked up attitude, why was there photo evidence of us partying together? Second of all, if you thought I had a fucked up attitude, why did you post a picture of us in the first place? Like, if you were mad at me, that seems either fake to post a picture of us, or you just simply didn't think that I had a fucked up attitude, which I'm gonna go with the latter because I didn't have a fucked up attitude at all. So then you leave your own party to go take a bubble bath with your boyfriend, which that just like continues this pattern of you being weird and like switching up to go like hang out with your boyfriend. Like, this is your party. This is your event that you are putting on. You invited us all there. You are why we're all there. And then you leave in the middle of it to go take a bubble bath with your boyfriend. So then we're all partying and having a great time without you because you're in the bath. And then your friend decides to go and drunk drive to go get more alcohol, and he ditches the rest of us to go do it. And then he throws in your other friend's face that he got a DUI. So that's starting mess while leaving your party to go drunk drive, something that I just never did. In that time that he was gone and you were gone taking a bubble bath, me and the other guy literally had like a good conversation. We were like bonding, and then he tried to get with me, and that's messy as fuck because I had a 3-year-long like hooking up back and forth relationship with his best friend. So it's messy for me to get with him. Why would I get with the best friend of the person who I used to hook up with? Like, that's so fucking messy. On top of that, I just wasn't trying to hook up with him. And it's like, well, that explains why he deliberately ignored me the next morning. And then suddenly I'm kicked out of the plans to go to Melrose and you're going with him instead. And then you're telling me that while you were at Melrose, he was talking shit about me and ranting about me the whole entire time. And then suddenly after we get back from Melrose and we're at brunch and I walk up to you and ask you about your song, you have this random attitude towards me. Wow, it's crazy. So then it was like, instead of having a genuine conversation with me about it, when I walk up to you and ask you like, what is this attitude about? You tell me that I'm trying to start mess on your birthday, when in reality, I'm just peeping what is actually happening. Like, everyone was talking about me and everyone was pinning me as the reason why the vibes were off, when it was really all of you. Like, you ditched your own birthday party to take a bubble bath with your boyfriend. You went drunk driving and got a DUI. You got in a fight with your friend in the parking lot of the police station. Like, how is me being quiet for a moment on Friday, how does that compare to any of those things? And then she's like, oh my god, I had no idea that any of that would make you feel that way. Like, we just need to restart and have like a picnic day, like just you and me, and like just relax and vibe and forget about all of it. And I'm like, are you fucking crazy? I will never forget about anything that happened during this trip. I'm gonna make a story time about this in 4.5 years, mark my words. And then after she dropped me off at home, I stopped answering her texts, I stopped answering her calls, and I never talked to her again. She would be sending me GoFundMe links. In 2023, she flipped her car off the side of the road, and I did text her then, and I said, like, I heard about what happened, and I'm so sorry about that. Like, that really sucks. But, like, bitch, fuck you, bitch. Like, oh, like, she's just a bitch. Like, this is what I'm telling you. Like, I just had the worst friends for a really long time, and it's just because of of like, it's because of my upbringing. Like when you have no examples of like a good relationship or like positive role models or anything like that, you stay in these toxic situations for longer than you need to. Like I knew how she was before I went on this birthday trip. This shit like this happened all the time, but I stuck around because that was my like twisted idea of love. Like I thought like love was like sticking through it with people, even if they treat you bad or even if like things go bad, like one day you'll make it to the other side of the rainbow. But in reality, you leave when people treat you bad. You fucking cut them off and never talk to them again, because there is no other side of the rainbow. It's just continual darkness. So yeah, that was that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is literally over an hour long. That is crazy. Can you let me know if you guys liked it? Like if you guys liked that this was an hour? I'm not sure how this is gonna go. People are either gonna live for it or they're gonna be like, oh my god, an hour? Like, I don't know. I hope you guys like it. A lot of my videos are pretty long as fuck, and like a lot of people comment and say that they like long form content, so I feel comfortable enough to make an hour-long video, but we'll see. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. This was quite a ride.